Can't do the worry. To reveal to white noise start the mode. Langsung tot timer. Się basta strzelać a mixer na liście stawiamy. To jest co behind. Acceso giornalisto del privacy.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Operation White Noise Reveal panel. I am Justin Kruger, your community developer on Rainbow Six Siege, and I am joined by two my level designer, Madi. How's it going, Madi?
I feel so good right now. So honored, so blessed to be here. It's been a dream, man.
Yeah, it's so amazing being here in front of this insane.
It's been crazy.
Crowd.
I can't believe
so
it.
So cool.
Yeah.
And standing to his left, returning for a
Blood of Alexander.
Four times for you.
Maybe five. I've lost count.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been many. But a man that clearly needs no introduction. Game designer, Simon LaForge. How's it going, Simon?
It's going amazing, man. The crowd here is absolutely nuts. I'm having a great time.
What did you guys think of the last
of Artemis?
I mean, like, we get pretty much the best result possible. We get, like, a Brazilian team against ENCE, and Penta's not in the finals, which isn't a big deal, but it's great that we get such a great final.
Such an amazing grand final coming up just after this, but of course, right now, we're all about Operation White Noise. These guys are going to be running through the maps and the operators and revealing all that will be revealed in due time about Operation White Noise. I'm so excited to bring you all this content, and without further ado, let's hop in right to the map that is coming with Operation White Noise. So, with Operation White Noise, we are proud to present to you today the new map, Tower. The action takes place at a high altitude over this major city of South Korea. From the get-go, this map offers players a unique exterior rappel on the facade of the building, while inside the walls, the Rainbow Six team has found a layer of fraudulent organization that owns the tower. A small luxury office in the tower was found to hide the core of an evil financial structure with some of the richest fortunes around the world placing money under that investment company. When they found Team Rainbow had infiltrated the tower, all chaos broke out. Thematically speaking, most of the rooms in the tower are public spaces, entertainment areas, museums, restaurants, and bars and lounges. As one of our writers described it, you're going to feel fairly safe in this environment that is actually filled with action-packed destruction. But of course, all the rooms inside the tower are not as charming as they used to. You'll see a lot of destruction, and gameplay-wise, this map offers a mix, intense, of close and long-range fights with many angles and catwalks that players must be extra careful at all times. Without further ado, let's dive right into the new map, Tower. Madi,
Yeah.
run us through all the beautiful things about the tower. Run us through the basics. Yeah, this is really cool. One of our most exciting maps,
It is a
right?
really special map. Starting off, Tower is a massive 3-floor building, and we jam-packed, like you said, a really, really good amount of long-range, close-range combat. But what's most special about the map, what we never did before, is that there is absolutely no exterior gameplay. Almost exclusively, all of the action takes place inside of the tower.
That's really interesting. So there's no exterior spawn points for the attackers except for this rooftop,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
So
but there's nothing that the defenders can actually go out into, and they won't get detected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they'll never get detected inside, and the only exterior you'll find is the attacker spawning on the roof, either on the north side or the south side. And from there, they have to make a decision on how they want to approach the objective.
And this decision is really important, and it's broken down into 2 pathways that they can take, right?
Absolutely.
Why don't you break us down those pathways?
Yeah, we have the elevator route as a first pathway. This is really intense because this is going to take you straight into the heart of the tower. And you can also get down, take the catwalk, but if you decide to rappel down to the elevator, you have to be really careful because it's going to be contested. And you'll have to drone in, you have to communicate with your team, and this is what you'll need if you really want to have like a really, really straight to the point objective.
Obviously, that center pathway is going to cause a lot of conflict.
Yeah,
a lot of,
it's a key point.
Yeah, and I saw there's a few hatches too, a few catwalks, and a few playtests that I was in. You know, you really utilize those catwalks to really your advantage.
Yeah,
It's really fun.
absolutely.
Cool. So, what is the other pathway that attackers can take to get into the building?
Yeah, so the other pathway, this one is also really, really special because I know this is something that players wanted for a long time. So you can actually rappel on the facade of the building and you can see the amazing art the team made, and you really feel like you're in there. And so what it means in gameplay terms is that using the exterior rappel will let you have a safer approach into the objective. So you will have more breathing air, so you have more breathing space, to get into the objective.
Really interesting. So basically 2 pathways for the attackers to take to infiltrate this building, and obviously in the defenders they have many decisions to make as well. So let's take a look at the tactical maps breaking down, starting with the 2nd floor, where that holds the museum and office. So break us down what's on the
Justin.
2nd floor.
So this floor is divided by a center hallway where you'll find the elevator at the end. And it's really, really made of big rooms, big hallways, and in contrast to the first floor, darker neon colors.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the 1st floor too, that houses the restaurant. And
yeah,
break
first
us down
floor,
that.
in contrast, it's more tighter, all the hallway. We made it to design it so we lead you towards the center, and in contrast, it's mostly geared toward close-range combat.
Yeah, and there's also that center corridor where the elevator spawn actually drops you off at, and it provides a really big point of conflict there. So let's break down these sections piece by piece and take a look at what this beautiful map actually holds. It's so beautiful. One of the most beautiful maps your team has put together. It's really incredible.
It's really good. I'm so proud.
So with that said, let's start with the south side of the 2nd floor, the office.
So the office, as you said in your intro, this is where it all started. The conflict where Rainbow had to come in to help the hostages because they went there and they started taking hostages. So Rainbow had to go and defuse the situation. The office is
we must take their base from them or scatter their forces to the 4 winds.
The rappel. And this is what you'll have a lot of defenders checking the angles, holding the angles there, making sure the attacker doesn't go through there if they decide to.
Right, this is a really key positional aspect for the attackers to push through into the map, and as a defender you really want to try and cut them off. Maybe move towards that, have a roamer around there. That would be one strategy that you could potentially take.
One of many.
One of many, yeah. All right, so keeping on the 2nd floor, let's take a look at the center, which is the museum section.
The museum is very, very interesting because we have really dark lighting, but we also decided to make it so a lot of the rooms have these neon colors, and we also placed them in a way that you can make these quick call-outs during game. So let's say you have like a part where it's purple, where it's red, where it's pink. During fights where you don't really have time to give a proper position, you'll use that as an alternative.
That kind of visual intelligence is really key. And speaking with one of our writers, Farah, before coming on this trip, and she was saying that you can actually hear some history of Seoul, Korea, South Korea, from the museum. There's actually some historical content on the walls and actually some voiceover that you might be able to listen into.
We had, I mean, we love, I think, these kind of details. I think it adds more to the immersion, and you feel like you're really there.
Yeah, and so playing off that feeling safe and welcome as a tourist in this area, but also very dangerous as, you know, obviously there's attackers and defenders roaming through that area. Great, so with that, that concludes a look at our second floor. Now let's take a look at our first floor, where the restaurant pretty much takes up the entire area, right?
Yes, the restaurant is, in contrast to the museum, it's more natural light color. It's more.
The men are fleeing the battlefield.
And in general, it's more thematic. This beautiful architecture that you guys have, and a lot of this conflict really centers around this central corridor, right?
Yeah, this corridor will, every single game, something's gonna happen there.
Yeah.
Whether you want it or not, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, because there's that elevator drop down right there.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of hatches right around you. A lot of key objective points right in that area. Really interesting. Now, when working on designing a map, where do you guys start?
Annihilate
Really good question. So, usually we start with either a strong thematic that we want to explore,
Stop
or
firing!
we go
Our
with
arrows find
gameplay
allies!
engine. Usually what we do is we do our research, we look for references, we look for something that's going to be solid enough so we can base it on. We can do rebel, you know,
Death has
want to
found
keep it
me!
authentic and realistic. Second one, we decided on that. We start doing like architect and building the map in 2D and figuring out like the flow, the layout, and the flow. And when we're satisfied with that, we jump into what we call 3D. So we start building the map in the editor and we do several iterations, and if we like it, we keep it. If not, we start again.
So you start from there, you prototype it, tweak it to finding that right recipe of creating conflict in a certain area, or creating a nice flow for attackers and defenders.
إنما هو أفضل جولة سلسلة سيئة أفضل
Kinane!
I am Germanicus. On to victory!
Welcome to Total War Arena. These are the proving grounds where you will learn the basics of the game. On Arena's endless battlefields, you and your allies will strive for honor and glory, and eventually rise as legends. There are 3 ways to secure victory in battle: destroy the enemy army, capture their base, or survive with more soldiers alive when the battle timer runs out. The barbarians have established a base on the Capitoline Hill. Join your Roman allies and capture it to secure victory.
Germanicus, Consul of Rome.
In Total War Arena, you command a squad of 3 units. each containing up to 100 soldiers. Your commander leads the first unit and boosts the strength of your entire squad, as long as he or she lives. Let's survey the battlefield. The enemy's base is just up the road. Move your camera there to check on your allies' progress. Strange. Things have gone quiet. Rotate your camera around so you can see your commander and squad.
Ah.
Now head back to your squad's location. To reach the base, you will need to follow the main road. Start by selecting the unit with your commander. Hover over the lead unit and left-click on it with your mouse. This unit is now under your command. Move to the... Marked location by right-clicking on the ground there.
Quick, march!
Nice work. More than one unit can be selected at a time. Do this now by holding down left-click and dragging a box around your entire squad.
Oh, yeah.
Run!
Okay. Select all three.
Swordsman! Apace!
Now get your squad moving by right-clicking on the location marker. Your squad has tightened ranks. While this is useful to squeeze through narrow lanes, you will usually want them to march in formation. When you issue a move order, hold down right-click and rotate the cursor to perfectly position your units. Try it now. Order your squad back in formation.
Quick, march!
The fog of war hangs over parts of the battlefield where you and your allies are not positioned, hiding enemy movement. Some units can see farther than others, and certain terrain can obscure their line of sight.
Death has come for the enemy commander!
Arminius has taken advantage of the natural cover of the forest, but his squad's health is low. Right-click on his units to move forward and attack. Send them to Elysium.
Destroy! Swordsman! Run! Death! Germania!
Arminius snuck his third unit around behind you. Archers can attack from range and are often deadly to melee infantry. Luckily, Roman Pedites come equipped with Pilar that they can throw. Select one of your units and left-click Throw Pilar on your action bar. Then target the enemy and left-click on it with your mouse. Throw Pilar is a targeted ability unique to swordsmen. All units have abilities of one kind or another.
Right there! Swordsman! Focus your fire! Swordsman! Double time! Right there!
Well done. Let's try a flanking maneuver. Vercingetorix is blocking the pass with strong defenders. Your ally approaches, but he needs your help. Move your units forward and attack from behind. Together, you and Caesar will flank the enemy soldiers and break their morale.
Rally to me! Break them! Attack! Let Bellona lead your blades!
Excellent. See how the unit's morale wavers and breaks? You have them at your mercy. Soldiers have both health and morale. Health represents their lifeblood, while morale represents belief. Belief in oneself and in one's commander and the will to fight on. When morale breaks, the soldiers rout, scattering and retreating from battle. Flanking enemies is the surest way to break their morale.
Swordsman! Vercingetorix is dead!
Good. Now only one task remains. Take the enemy base. To capture a base, your team must occupy it uncontested by standing within its perimeter. Go there now.
The enemy base will soon be ours! For Rome!
Caesar has entered the base, but cannot capture it while taking damage. Those archers are contesting him. Help your ally. Chase out the enemy and win this battle.
Swordsman! Focus your fire! Slay them!
Yes, you stopped them from firing. The base is being captured. You have won your first battle. Well fought.
Not Lakshmi.
Chosen of Artemis. We must fan the flames of war. take their base from them, or scatter their forces to the four winds!
Archers! Yours to command! Archers! Heads!
We have first blood!
Destroy! Death!
Our men are under attack!
Quickly!
Allies are firing upon us! Target! Our arrows find allies! The men are fleeing the battlefield! Are they blind? Our allies are firing on our units! The men return to our cause!
Heads! Quick march! Quickly! Double time! Orders received.
Focus fire!
Kill!
We must cease fire! Our allies are in there!
Heads! Death! Double time!
The enemy attack our base!
Quickly!
Our men are under attack! Annihilate them! We are firing upon allies! Cease!
Kill!
cease fire! Our allies are in there! Stop firing! Our arrows find allies!
Archers! Your command! Destroy!
We must cease fire! Our allies are in there!
Hiç öyle zannettim.
Run! Advance!
The enemy attack our base! Onward! We will have their base! Rapid advance! Focus fire! Annihilate them! Focus fire! On my target! Focus fire! Macedonians! Stop firing! Our arrows find allies! Our men are under attack! We are firing upon allies!
Niye
Seize!
Ferrari?
Are they blind? Our allies are firing on our units! We must cease fire!
Çabuk o zaman. Tamam.
Thank you.